couple weeks in, how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like I'm building, at a pretty good rate as far as results and fitness and the bike, and everything's really starting to come together. I started the season, like anybody, prepared, but once you get rolling, you feel like you can work on things. And my last real good year was 14, and I started out super strong, and it was really hard to sustain that. And I kind of dropped off, where this year I feel like I'm hoping to do the opposite of start, inside the top 10, and then slowly build to the top 5, and then eventually to the podium. And I feel like I'm right on track. Last week was really good for me. It was nice to be on the board a couple times in practice, and have some really good lap times throughout the main event and in the heat race. And so I felt like I was good all day. I ended up 7th, but I feel like how the day went, the way it unfolded, I could have either been 4th or 9th. So to end up 7th was okay, but need to get closer to the top 5, and excited to swing east coming up and get back home to Charlotte, and yeah, just keep enjoying it. I'm really enjoying being at the races, and love the KTM. It's been so fun to ride it this year. I feel like I have it really dialed in, and so it makes my job a lot easier when you're really enjoying riding the bike. So yeah, just having fun.
East Coast coming up, I mean, that's really where you strongest at. You started out really well, especially in the Honda days, out west, but typical dirt and everything you're used to.
Yeah, for sure. I'm typically better on the softer dirt, but not to say I don't like the West Coast rounds. I lived in California for several years and rode hardpack every day, so I got better at that as well too. But growing up in Iowa, always rode softer dirt. Really enjoy the ruts. The ruttier, the better for me. I really enjoy that. The technical side of it, you have to be really on your toes and on your game to ride that style of track. So looking forward to that, and then yeah, man, just keep building, keep having fun, and the results will come.
I think for anybody, it takes about a year, 2-year deal. First year, you never really come on take off. It takes a little bit to figure out the bike and everything like that. Would you say that's true for the BTO deal?
Yeah, I think the main reason why I started out so slow last year was injuries. I mean, I never got the ball rolling. In October, I first switched to KTM, which was the old style KTM. So we raced that at Monster Cup. I raced it at an overseas race, and then got the new bike, and I got hurt right away, and then so that delayed it, a few weeks of riding the bike, and then started riding it. I was really enjoying it, and crashed again and fractured a couple vertebrae. That was a week and a half before NM1. So and then ended up breaking my shoulder and separating my AC joint at Anaheim too. So just never got confidence, never really got much testing time on the new bike, never got a chance to really gel with the team and be around them a lot. So I think that just started off on the wrong foot, and not that it was bad, it was just as far as my confidence, I wasn't there. And if you're not confident with as deep as the field is, you're going to be a 12th place guy like I was, and I wasn't happy. I felt like I couldn't do what I wanted to do on the motorcycle just because I didn't have time on it, and I wasn't ready to go as fast as I should have been going fitness-wise and all that. So this year I've had time to do a lot of testing. I did some off-season races, which I always enjoy doing, and I've just been having an awesome time. The bike, it really is amazing. I've with more testing time and getting in the way, that I like it and confident on it, and it's just sky's the limit. So that makes it fun. It makes it fun when you're making gains pretty much every week. We've made some gains, and a little bit more confidence here, a little bit more, and a little bit more there, and it all adds up. So I feel like we're right where we need to be, but we're going to keep striving for more.
So then how's the move east for you? Like when you guys leave California and go out there, is it better for you because you're out of all the distractions and you're more normal life?
Yeah, for me, I'm not one of the guys that prefers one coast to the other. Charlotte has kind of been home to me the past few years. One, because I moved there in 2009 with JGR, and met my wife there, so she has family, and now we have a 1.5-year-old daughter, so it's really nice to be around family. But she really enjoys California. I enjoy California. it just makes the most sense for us to be back there during East Coast because of travel and even outdoors. It's really nice back there, right at Club MX, and the tracks there are amazing. So yeah, it just kind of makes sense to split our time, but I enjoy California too. I've really enjoyed my time here the past 4 months or so, and it's nice to have, to be around Nathan Ramsey a lot. He helps me so much at the track, so that's cool. That'll be a downfall to not have him at the track every day. But as far as moving back there, it's pretty seamless. We have a place back there, and I'll actually fly to Dallas next week, race Dallas, and then fly back to Charlotte and be right back at the track Monday morning back east. So, and then flying to the races, everything's direct, really short flights from Charlotte. So just travel-wise it makes sense, family-wise it makes sense, but I'm not one of the guys that says that I don't like California because of traffic and all that, because I really enjoy the weather, and there's so many good things about California too.
Hey, how did your deal with Nathan come about? It's been for what, the last 5 years?
A deal with what?
With Nate Dogg.
My deal with Nate Dogg just actually came about through Buddy Antonez. So I worked with Budman for several years, and going way back to Arena Cross days, Budman is the one who pretty much got me a ride to race Supercross, and he believed in me for the days when I couldn't even hardly jump a Supercross triple, and I'll never forget that. And I do remember one thing Budman told me was, in order to repay him, I would always say, man, what do I owe you, or what can I do to help? Because he just helped me so much, and he always said, just do it for somebody else when you're older. And I remember that like it was yesterday. So I always try and give back to the younger guys whenever I can, and when I'm done racing, I'll enjoy that, a lot, just giving back and helping. But he ended up working with, I think he was working with Eli at the time, Budman was, and had a few other guys, and just didn't really have time to work with me anymore. And him and Nate Dogg are really good friends, and I've always respected Nathan so much. And he called me one time. He's like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it to North Carolina as much, but Nate Dogg said he might have time. So we linked up, and man, it's been a huge blessing to have him, and not just his knowledge and stuff about racing, but just life. He's such a good guy, and obviously a past champion, knows so much about the sport. But like I said, it's nice to sit there and bounce ideas about life and why you're struggling here and why you're struggling there. It's not always about racing, and that's pretty cool to have someone in your corner like that.